now.
You see what it is? When we get Rick on, we start talking sports. And this is not even a sports podcast, y'all.
Listen.
We get on, we talk sports. And we argue.
That's what we do, though.
Man,
That's what we do.
What is this, episode 40?
Man.
Foggy.
Thank you.
40 years.
40 years. Welcome to the podcast, Ricardo.
Shout out to
it.
Rick, man. Episode 40. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
He's
Appreciate
getting
y'all for having
married.
me,
He's
man.
getting married.
About time.
We about
It's
what?
about time.
When this episode
dropped, we can got wasted. We didn't party.
We partied.
We didn't party.
We partied and we had a good time at your wedding.
That's
So
all
we
that
speaking
matter,
it into
man. That's all we
existence.
need. That's all we ask for, man.
Yeah. I'm excited, you know. Little backstory, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how we became friends because Rick hold me, man. Rick hold me.
We all
He always gotta tell the story, man.
Backstory?
Yeah, get the backstory.
All right,
I always gotta tell the
I got a
story.
backstory for Rick too.
Backstory with Rick, man. All right, so freshman year, U of H at the Towers, you know what I'm saying? I signed up late. I thought I was gonna stay with my aunt and travel to U of H, and then I was like, man, I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm gonna miss out.
Yeah.
So I signed up, and they put me on the waiting list. So I was in the North Side Tower in the game room. They had
Trash
cots.
side.
Ooh,
So I
he
was
like,
in the
Revenge,
cot.
like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah,
Remember when they got kicked out their
I
door?
was in cots with like 5 other dudes in the room. We had little, you know them U-Haul boxes?
Yeah.
That was our closet.
Good.
That's tough.
Yeah. So they finally gave me a room on the south side, second floor. So I'm in here. I'm on the second floor with a dude
Oh, man.
that was dusty from Florida.
Man, that dude had to be 37.
Had Rick Ross beard, braids. It was just nasty. Trash bag. He was
07.
sleeping. He was sleeping on the mattress. No.
What was his
Oh.
nickname back then?
I forgot what his
What was
name
his
was,
nickname was,
but he
bro?
had a white
All right, here it goes.
white
Here
girl
it go.
trailer trash chick that was staying with him, and I was like, bro, it's me and you. Why is this chick staying with us? So I'm like, my background, where I'm coming from, I'm clean. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this. So one day we end up, they was like, hey, we playing 2K in Rick room. I was like, Rick, where's that at? They was like on the other side of the hallway. So I come down, everybody in there, and I walk in the room, and dude's sitting on the bed waiting for next. And I just look at the room. I was like, wait, this nigga ain't got a roommate? I'm looking at Rick's side. Rick's side clean. Got cologne on the dresser, food. Everything is clean in this. I said, say my nigga. Hey, I'm trying. I gotta get out my spot, man. You talking about let me move in with you? Hell no.
Straight up.
I said, bro.
He said hell no?
He said hell no, straight up.
Nah, nigga.
Bro, I begged this man for a week. Bro, you understand my living situation,
Bro,
dog. Dude
man.
living like a trash bag with a white chick.
I was
Let me
living
move
good.
in. Rick was like, nah, I'm good, bro.
I'm
I got the
good.
perfect
I got-
situation. I ain't got nobody in there. It's a room by myself. Eventually, I think I wore him down, bro.
exactly what
I
happened.
was on his ass every day, bro. Let me move in, bro. Come on, bro. And he was like, nigga, all right, bro. So I moved in and shit. It was a wrap since then. We've been Ace Boone Coon. I'm his best man in the wedding. So it's just, but yeah, he hold me for a good week and a half, bro. I was struggling in that spot, bro. I didn't know if I was living next to a killer, drug dealer. I don't
All
know
of it.
who.
Scruff. That was his name.
Scruff.
Scruff, bro.
You know what you just get with that nickname.
Dog.
Bro, I ain't trust dude, dog. So like,
Oh, man.
Rick let me move in, bro, and we been brothers
dude-
ever since, bro.
Bro, that dude was 37 when we was 19 years old, bro.
He was
In the
grown-ass
towers?
man in
30
the towers,
set,
bro.
bro.
He moved
I-
from Florida.
If you look at him, I swear to God, you'll swear that dude was 37, bro.
Nah,
Bro, nigga
man.
moved in with a trash bag, bro. Like, you know, them big black
Yeah.
industrial.
Yeah.
No, not that one. I'm
Oh, he
talking
talking
about
about
you
the.
go to Lowe's and get that.
yeah,
bag.
it ain't got the string on
It was
it.
just bad.
Oh, you talking about the joints
He came in with it on his
for
shoulder.
for leaves and stuff. The leaf bags. After you
After you get
take a
done
tree
with the
down.
lawn.
So yeah, bro, like me and Rick, like we've been through it all. Like we've both seen each other grow,
Yeah.
relationships.
For sure.
He's my daughter's goddad. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
So it's like this is a special episode for me,
Yeah,
man. Getting him
yeah.
on. My boy getting married, man. You know what I'm saying?
Phil, we got Phil in the background.
Feel some type of way.
Oh, Oh man.
Nah, I feel your episode is probably your episode was great because the people that's listening now probably listen this week because of you. You know what I'm saying? You brought the listeners. Yeah.
He finna get y'all numbers up. He finna get y'all numbers through the roof.
But man, so we got you on. Tell us how you feeling. What's
week
the
out,
day?
bro.
A week in the day out?
Yeah.
Not a week, really.
Week in the day.
We're in a week of the day out.
No, actually, no. We less than a week because of Friday.
Friday,
bro.
Yeah.
So we by the time this hits the air, you'll be a married man. We did give us your background. How this wedding is going to be set up because you and your wife have two totally different international background, which is insane and crazy.
Known.
Yeah. So tell us a little about yourself, a little bit about your fiance.
All right. Well, first off, I'm already married.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know that.
We're gonna tell
them. Because y'all keep saying that.
It's the real deal, McCoy. Like, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I got married in my parents' backyard.
Yeah.
But then to have the real thing with people,
and your wife singing the anthem.
you know what I'm saying? It's a different vibe. So like, I'm gonna have this talk with you after the wedding to see how you feel. But I just know like, you being married now, like, yeah, you married, but like, for some reason, the real thing makes it feel so much more official. Family there, everybody's able to celebrate you. Everybody, the tears, your parents watching it happen live, the whole dressing up.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what's your thought process, man? How you feel going into it?
So, like, honestly, like, you know how long it's been. It's been about a year and a half in planning now. So we done went through every emotion imaginable so far. We've been happy, been sad, been anxious, been nervous.
And this all due to COVID as well, right?
Yeah, man. Like we was originally supposed to, we got married back in September last year because that was when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And the thing is, everything works out the way it's supposed to because
For sure.
we were nervous about it. You know, we picked a date. We knew we wanted that date to be our day.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew we couldn't have everybody there. But it was important to us that we did get married that day.
On the day that y'all chose.
For me, it was important that my grandmother see that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my grandmother's no longer with us. And so if we had to do this without her, like, that would have been something that was over our heads for forever.
Right.
So she was, like, it was big having her there. And having the family there, it was a great feeling, man. It was to let them all see it and witness, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
it was intimate.
I'm one of the babies, you know, because we don't have, my family ain't got many kids, but until recently. It's like babies, and then you got us, it's like 30 plus and going up. So it's like for them to watch that, you know what I'm saying, it was a special day. You know, all of us, we all family oriented.
Right.
So you know what it feel like to watch your mama smiling at you
right.
up there on the stage. So we get married that day. And granted, we loved it. We had a great time, but it's like us, we party people. Mm-hmm. Everybody know we party people. So we've been looking forward to, exactly. All right, here we go. So we've been looking forward to, you know what I'm saying, seeing everybody and having a great time, again, with the family. We're finally getting to celebrate with our friends.
For sure.
Because it's like, we've been married now, so we've enjoyed it, we understand it, but it's like now, it's like, all right, now we get to enjoy what everybody else got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we missed that stage, you know what I mean?
And I gotta give props to you and Funke. The wedding, even though it was small and intimate, it was dope. Like it was what it needed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like from y'all pouring the sand in together, just having both families there in a small setting, even though it's COVID. I mean, it was a weird time because even though it was a small setting, everybody was masked up.
You was navigating through the situation.
You was navigating. So like, and then after that, it was like you got your food, you hugged, you said your goodbyes, and that was it. It wasn't really no party. It was just like celebrate the matrimony.
Yeah,
that's it. So like, I just knew for them, they really wanted to put together. But that's their personalities, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, they wanted to put together a nice party and celebrate their union.
For sure.
Y'all had a great relationship, and it's just built up to that.
Yeah, man. There was a lot going into that day because, like I said, when we finally had to pull the plug and realized we was gonna have to reschedule, there was a lot of tears involved in that day.
Yeah.
It was a real sad moment in the household, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, I ain't really big on the whole tears thing, but it's like, she took it hard. She took it hard, and then watching her feel like that, and then it's like, you got your hopes up. You know what I'm saying? We had our hopes up, because granted, we all knew COVID was there and it was going to be there for a minute, but everybody had their hopes that, maybe we'll be out of it by then. Nobody knew. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, going through that, that was rough, but like I said earlier, man, everything works out the way it's supposed to, because we get to celebrate on a holiday weekend, and then now everybody gets to come like they want to, and it's like, we had the time to really set it up and get it to exactly where we want it to be, and we're like super excited for everybody to see like all this hard work finally come to fruition.
Sure.
So, and it's like, and it's gonna be a whole weekend event, you know. And it's gonna be a lot of sleepiness.
I'm trying to muster up the energy, because Chicago still drained me, and I can only imagine. I'm looking at the day Friday, Saturday. Sunday's a rest, and then Monday.
It's gonna be something you've never experienced, because have you ever been to a Nigerian wedding?
Oh man,
I've been to one. Shout out to my boy Ernest, but they kind of combined it into one day, so I haven't really saw the full 2.
Yeah.
So
see, I can, from experience, my wedding was a 3-day experience. Right.
There's gonna be a lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking, a lot of fun, a lot of frustration, a lot of emotion, but it was all, at the end of the day, everything was worth it. Just because you always, you know, like when you have parents that aren't from America, they always want to instill their tradition still, because that's big. You don't want to lose your tradition just because you came to a new country, correct? So it's going to be interesting that, you know, you're going to have the island, and then we're going to have Nigeria just, you know, incorporated together. And I'm really, really excited for this. I've been working on my knees for my dance moves. I've got my liver together. We trained our livers in Chicago, so there's nothing we can't do now. But yeah, I'm super excited. Tell us a little bit about your background, you know, how this wedding is going to be shaped out. I know, because like I said, it's career.
Hold on. Tell us the background of how y'all met.
Yes.
We met, man.
Because I remember when you...
It was it was controversial.
I remember
it was controversial.
He made the introduction. Wasn't it at a pool party I had at an apartment back in the day?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah,
hey, man, you reminded me. Man, listen, man. You talking about ancient history now,
My
man.
boy said, I got somebody I'm bringing through. I said, oh.
And you know when your boys ain't there, the first thing you do, if emojis was back there, you sending them eyes.
Right.
You sending them eyes like, who
I
did
said,
you
like,
bring?
we was on the BlackBerry Messenger back then.
Man.
Emojis was trash, but
you actually got me remembering that, because I could completely, actually, now that you say that, I actually remember that, because, man, we talking about...
What was my apartment complex right there off 288 and
the Avanti?
Avanti City
Oh,
side.
man. Shout out my boy Red. My boy Red still stay over there.
Yeah.
Got my car towed over there. Man, I'm still mad about that. But no, man, like, so we talking about, we've been dating since 20...
What was that?
13 when Kennedy was born? Because Kennedy was born was the year we got together.
Yeah, but you was in the dating stage of 2012. You was
probably late that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long one.
It was. I think that was the intro.
Yeah.
Intro.
So like,
intro.
So yeah, man, we like naturally we got a mutual friend, my man Ashton.
Yeah.
And like I still don't remember this, because this was back in a very, very drunk time in all of our lives. So like we were out at, I can't remember what restaurant we was at. We was there, and
probably Miyako's or something.
Yeah,
you know, everybody went to Miyako's.
Nah, you know what? We was at this. So this is what she tells me. So it was out at Buku, the one over there that used to be off
OST.
Yeah. So she said we was in there.
Shout out to Buku.
Man.
That was
so she said we was in there, and she told Ashton something or whatever. And next thing you know, I mean, naturally it gets
Who
back
is that
to
with
me.
the glasses over there?
Who was that drinking Jack Daniels?
Hey, hold on, man. Shout out to Jack D, man. But nah, like, so she came, like, apparently that came back to me or whatever. And listen, my memory back then.
Off, Mac mode.
Yeah. Squinted a little bit.
Back Daddy Denzel mode, man. Nah, so she came in, like, that's a very, very, like, I'm reiterating this because, like, what I remember from it is way less than what she
Now
knows.
tell your story. Tell your truth, man.
Man, listen,
tell your
man.
story.
She gonna listen.
Yo, my
So-
side, man. You know, she was feeling the dude.
You know the episode of Martin where they was telling each other how they met each other? Gina said
Yeah.
Martin was a nerd.
Man, listen, man.
Yes, Miss Ma'am.
Dog, she gonna come kill me for this. So we was like, so
What
somehow,
you had on? You had on you fresh
You
death.
probably had a nice little Echo shirt on.
oh man, you gonna,
Probably a
Sean
Nietzsche.
John shoes.
you gonna
Sean
put me like,
jeans.
you gonna put me like that on L,
Hey, you
bro?
definitely had Sperry's on. That was that time.
That's possible. That's
Oh, my
definitely
God.
possible, man. You just gonna run down the whole fashion.
Hey,
on the L.
at that time, Sperry's
Dark
was hot.
times.
That-
That's dark times.
Actually, no, I lied. Sperry's was hot during that 09, 10 era.
Yeah,
so you was
somewhere
about
around
13. So you was probably out of that era. It was,
Yeah, because
that was a
because
rude-
we was fresh out of college. at
Nasty
that time.
times.
That was nasty.
Nasty times
Yeah,
back
that was
then.
nasty.
Boys was wearing white tees, Figgets, and Sperry's.
Ooh, that's
Baggy jeans.
ugh.
Yeah,
Yuck.
Phil probably over there disgusted.
Phil threw up in his mouth.
But no, man. So I don't know. Somehow it got back to me about that. And I wanted. This is back when Twitter was first hot. So we followed each other on Twitter or
What was
whatever.
shooting game in the
I
DM?
shot there. You know what I'm saying? I shot. I feel like I shot a. I still got the DM. I think, and I shot a DM to text me or something like that or whatever. And she said she didn't have my number. I think this was back in like January because she always posted sometimes randomly on IG. And we got to chopping it up. And we was cool. And the thing is, it wasn't anything like crazy like that when we first started talking.
Yeah, it was like, hey,
we
let's
were
go
just
get
friends, you know.
yeah.
Like we would just go out, we would talk, we would chopping it up or whatever. And
Was
I
she
remember
in
like,
Houston at this time?
Yeah. She was already here.
Okay,
She was already
okay.
here. So, and I remember it was like All-Star Weekend one of them years or whatever. And it's like, we was just friends. So she was like telling me what she was planning on doing, where she was going, what she was wearing and stuff like that. So we was just chopping it up. And then I want to say one day, I'm trying to think of when the switch happened. Because that's all, like, everybody remember that day. When it switched from, all right, we just friends, to, all right, there's something here.
Yeah.
There's something here, whatever. So, like, I know we went on there, like, we was chopping it up. And we went out somewhere or whatever. She was mad at somebody. Or whatever. And I told her I'd roll with her, you know what I'm saying? She had an event that she wanted to go. She had an event that she said she was going to show up to for somebody she was talking to.
So
I was like, and we was friends at that time, you know what I'm saying?
This party or event was your oh shit moment, like, oh, it's bae.
No. Because she was like, this event, like, you know what I'm saying? She just asked me to roll with her too. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were legitimately not talking at that time.
Okay.
She asked me to come. I was like, cool, I ain't doing nothing. So we go up there, you know what I'm saying? The night ends, and I'm like, so after it's over, I'm like, all right. I was like, this was like, it was kind of weird to be there because we both knew the person. But I'm like, all right. So we get home, like we leave there or whatever. We talk for a little bit after or whatever. And it's like, to me, it ain't moving me one way or the other at that point. Because like I said, we were still just cool. And like we both had our own lives. But somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying, we kept talking. And then after a while, like, I want to say we went out to a play one time. Random, real random. Went out to a play.
Oh, he was trying to mac.
Here we
He
go,
went to a
man.
play.
Went out to a play. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't no formal play or nothing like that. Like went out to
Oh,
a
y'all went to
play.
like they went to like a Medea.
Hey, time out.
Y'all went and saw like Medea or something.
To the audience out there, remember a couple episodes ago, I think it was we was just talking about game for the wives and what to do. And we was talking about how Rick be making the
laminated menus. And
this is the guy right here.
Yeah,
so
this guy. He'll go to
Oh,
Office
man.
Depot and get like a blank sheet of white paper, handwritten, laminated.
For him to say he went to
a play, you know he was on some Mac and
he was on
stuff.
some game back then.
No, man.
Before his time.
Yeah.
Nah, don't give me credit for the menus, man. Nah, that's KC, man. Listen, man. K, when he get in his bag, man, listen, that boy is creative.
Man, look, I was in my bag way before KC. TFC.
Thirsty for credit. Thirsty for credit.
Listen, that's between you and that man.
I was in my
But damn,
bag way
man.
before that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, here he
You know
go,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Lying
Don,
on
talk
L.
to him, man.
You
You
gonna
know,
lie? You
man.
lying? Don't try to bring him in when you lying on L.
I ain't what you mean? I
you
got
lying on
facts. I pull receipts.
Oh man. So we like went out to the play, and after that, you know what I'm saying, we both realized, you know what I'm saying, all right, this can be something.
What
And
play
so-
was it? Like y'all, it touched y'all hearts.
It was
that y'all
Medea.
Nah,
Medea
crazy.
goes to
Nah, you
jail.
know what it was? Like crazy part though, for real, it was actually
Nutcracker.
Charlie Brown, bro. It was actually Charlie Brown. We
Okay.
both have an affinity for Charlie Brown, and it was like, you know, we gonna go watch it. Granted, the play was trash.
So
We just
what
gonna keep it a
happened
stack.
though? That's what I'm saying. You said y'all both left. Like Did something happen in the play that y'all was like,
oh no. Like after the play, like you know what I'm saying? It was exactly. You know, like we walk out to the parking lot, you know, holding hands, you know, nothing crazy.
Smoochy.
Razzle dazzle.
A little razzle dazzle.
was it a kiss on the cheek?
Nah, it was cool, man.
Get to Mr. Nasty time.
Mr.
Nasty time.
Chill, man. Y'all got to chill. Oh man, go.
Nastiness is what took
Man, chill, bro.
You kissed on the cheek.
Nah, man, it wasn't even.
Her shoulder shimmy. You was like, you the one, baby.
Oh, man, calm down,
one.
man. It wasn't even moving like that. So like after that, I feel like that's when, you know what I'm saying, we realized it's like, okay, like we like each other here, so it's like,
Let's be a little serious.
Yeah, so we started. Actually, we was already talking a lot, so started talking. We started hanging out more, and it's like. I'm trying to think. I want to say, like, we took after a while of us talking, we took a trip to Austin. We took a trip to Austin or whatever.
Oh, you went out there?
Yeah, we took a trip to Austin, you know what I'm saying? We went hiking a little bit. And then we finally took
ahead of his time. Hiking.
Hiking just got
just
got big in 2019. What year was this?
2013.
Man, hold on.
How old was we? 20.
Boy, hiking.
Man, hold on, man. No, my husky. Listen, hold on.
What? How old was we? 21, 20? No, 2013.
I was 13.
I was 23.
Yeah.
You was ahead of your time, bro.
Hold up, but listen, let me define hiking though. This is just around the park. Don't get crazy.
23.
Don't get crazy, bro.
23. I wasn't going on no days hiking.
Man, look.
You're going to Prospect Park.
I
was going to Wednesday night. I was getting wings Wednesday night. I was Wednesday night at Scott Gertner's, boy.
Scott Gertner's, bro.
Hey, man, like you was ahead of your time, man. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. If we write a book for the guys, shout out to Phil for giving us that idea. We're gonna have to give you credit. We're gonna have a chapter Rick's date night ideas.
Man, I got you, man.
Yeah.
Just make sure I get my royalties. That's all I ask. So
you was locked in, my guy.
Yeah, we went there, went on a hike or whatever.
Okay.
Then we went to I want to say that night. Because that was the night I had planned, you know what I'm saying, asked her to be my girlfriend. So we had and funny enough, she got mad at me that evening about something. She was mad as hell about something that night.
What was your thoughts going like, I ain't going to ask
you know what I'm saying? Like, at first, I ain't want to I was like, man, damn, bro, she mad about something. It ain't even going to be right. But I was like, you know what? It don't even matter.
Y'all was running lane. You probably stop and get gas or something.
Nah. First of all, I made it gone. So, you know, we went to this sushi spot out there. It ain't there no more. But so we went there, we ate outside because that's her thing to do. I don't know what it is about her eating outside. She like it could be hot as the devil outside, and she gotta feel.
Time out. I know you. You like the back of my hand.
What's up?
When the hell did you start eating sushi?
I'm cool with sushi, bro.
Bro, you wouldn't eat nothing in college, bro.
You right. It was
burgers and pizza.
I ate like Tilly back then, bro.
Burgers and bro, you
French
try
fries
to
and
put
chicken
something in
nuggets.
front of Ricardo, he like, nah, I'm good.
You want chicken
gonna
nuggets?
live off burgers? Hey, shit, that's what I know.
That's what I know, dog.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
man,
when did you start?
Listen, man, the sushi was
you, dog.
I agree, man. You say that like it's a bad thing, bro.
At that time, yeah.
Nah, man. Gotta change, man. But nah, so like we did the sushi. It wasn't nothing crazy, no crazy sushi, nothing like that. Cause she don't even eat crazy
California
sushi
roll.
Like nah, I ain't that basic, man. Don't do that. So we you know what I'm saying? We outside, we chopping it up. She's still mad. And I was just like, you know what? Just go for it. I asked her to be my girl, and she went with it.
And she wasn't mad no more.
Yeah, it was good after that.
Yeah.
The rest of the trip went good. We went back, rode home, we was smooth.
Yeah.
So
y'all hit hands while y'all was going on? Like
You drove like this.
Like
first of all, y'all asking me details. You know, good one.
You know.
Relax.
when y'all holding hands, like y'all interlock the fingers. If I interlock fingers, I was in love,
bro. That was crazy.
Like,
though.
Speaking of love, who said it first?
So, all right. So funny enough, what this was like, probably maybe a year or 2 years into us dating. She was like, into us actually like being in a couple, and she was like, I was leaving. I felt like I was leaving our house that day, and something happened in the kitchen. I don't remember what happened.
probably made some eggs.
And she said,
"I love you."
Shut up. She said it on she was so mad because she said it on accident, and she never wanted to say it first. So when she said it, I was like, all right, it was crazy. But like, because I think after that, I want to say it was like July 4th weekend, ironically, we were out in Dallas. We were out in Dallas or whatever don't ask me for what, because I would never be able to tell you. We were out there in Dallas with her friends, and it's like, we were just laying there, we were just chilling, talking or whatever, and that's when I've like said it like for
Back
no
to
reason.
it?
I said it for the first time. That was when I like said it like just me saying it for the first time. And so, man, if you could have saw her face, how mad and embarrassed she was that day. She was so mad when she said it for the first time. And because I think she just like blurted out, like it just felt natural to come out, and then she realized,
I love you.
like, damn, yeah, like no, you're like that is literally her reaction. Like when she said it, and I was like, okay,
But when you say it first, or Bailey said it first?
Maybe me. I don't know.
You say it
Man,
first?
boy, we've been together 19 years. So like,
You know what's funny? We having this conversation. We literally just talked about that the other night with her mom,
Bruh.
and I was just saying like Misha was so mad because she said it, and I was just like, she's like, I love you, and I was like, thank you.
Oh, gee, no, you did not.
Yeah,
bro.
it was awkward because like we were dating, and I was like. At that time, I wasn't in love.
Boy said thank you.
I said thank you. Like
You lucky to be married right now.
See, that was gonna be my next question. So I'm like, if it's somebody you dating or whatever, and they say something like that, like,
don't be like.
are you
me.
supposed to like? I feel like
Me personally, I don't want to lie. Like, I don't want to sit there and tell somebody I love you and it's not there. Like,
Better
I
grow
really
into it, boy.
you better go into it in that
You
moment.
better grow into it.
Sleep.
No,
I love you.
I
Go
was,
home and think about it.
but no lie. Like literally, when she said it, I said thank you, and she was pissed off. Don't get me wrong, she was pissed.
Oh,
She-
nigga, of
hella
course.
pissed.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah, that was the first thing came. Fucked up.
Yeah, all right. I'm
But
glad you know.
I think I said like maybe 3 days later, like you said, you go home and think about it. I was like,
Nah.
I'm really like she.
It
loved
didn't
me,
hit the
like,
same.
It don't.
It
don't.
didn't.
I guess.
I hope she said that back because that's what she definitely should
I
have gave you at
guess.
that point.
Nah, but like
3 days later.
you gotta understand, like you know my situation.
Yeah, I get it.
You know my
I know.
situation. Like
I understand.
I was like the Great Wall of China, so like it was like
Man.
really protective of myself at the time. So like I really had to like go home and just look myself in the mirror and be like, bro, like you in this relationship, like do you?
Yeah.
You never
It's
told
like-
me this story.
Yeah, I
I'd
do.
have killed you that day.
Sometimes I don't tell Rick will really dog me out.
I'd be the killed him. I'd be like, boy, you lucky she can answer your phone call tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
tripping.
so
We here today, man.
So how was it? How was it? Coming from two different backgrounds, with you from Barbados and she being from Nigeria. How was it meeting the families and the different cultural backgrounds? Like, how did that mesh?
Boy, let me tell you.
Similar, but
Her
not
daddy,
similar.
Boy, first time meeting her dad, let me tell you, that man now is intense. But the thing is though, as a man, you can learn to respect that because it
But
didn't
he's
get to
got
the level.
4
He got
daughters?
he got 4 of them.
4 daughters.
4
So, like,
daughters.
yeah,
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
protective.
It's like when you look at, it's like it seemed crazy. It'll seem crazy the way he was talking if you were somebody that was there to play around. But when you realize, when you take the time to think about the fact that this is a man with only girls, like that's all that mattered to him. And he'll tell you from day one, he's like, everything I got, don't none of that matter. The only thing that matters is these 4. That's it. So it's like, that first day we sat down on that couch, man, I swear I thought that couch was gonna eat me alive, bro. Like I felt like I was sinking into the couch while this man was talking, because that's the most intense conversation I've ever had with someone's father.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? We back in high school and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
hey, I'm taking it to
Man,
the
we in high
dance.
school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like that's high school. It don't
They
matter.
don't think it's going.
We're going to
Yeah, exactly.
we're
You know
going to
what I'm saying?
IHOP afterwards.
Like yeah, and then we'll
Just
be
bring her home by
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
and that'd
yeah.
be cool. Nah, man. So he's sitting there. He's like telling me, he's like, look, if you're here to play around, just like. And it's like, the thing is,
He's
like,
like,
she'll
leave?
never want to talk. No. She'll never want to talk about it. He was like, because it's not only you're dating my daughter, you're dating my favorite. She don't ever want to, like, they never want to talk about that, but everybody know that. And so,
That's tough.
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that
you
is-
dating the favorite. So it's like, she's like, so it's like, she's sitting there while it's going on. I'm sitting there, and it's like, she can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she has to sit there and listen. And me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will run for conversations like that, and me, like, I embrace that because I don't, like, if you just a playing around type of dad, and it's like, I can imagine that you gonna have a conversation like that coming up probably in the next 2 decades, because Kennedy knows she ain't dating no time soon. So I'm like, I can respect where he was coming from, and I just sat there and listened, you know, explain myself, explain my intentions, and he respected me for it. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for him to get used to me naturally, because it's like, he ain't got no sons.
Yeah.
It's like, so he's not used to dealing with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And so we sat down, we had that conversation, and it's like her mom, that was easy going. Like, mom loved me from day one.
Yeah.
Like, we always talk. She reminds me of my mom. You know what I'm saying? She's
moms
loving.
are probably gonna be easier to deal with girls than they are dealing with their sons. Like I know my mom gave every girl I ever had a situation with, she gave them hell, right?
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure her dad was the same thing. I'm giving you hell just to make sure you're gonna be here long term.
For sure. She should. She should. So we, like I said, we had that conversation. We came to an understanding. It's like our personalities are like very similar. So we've always like clicked. He's very, me and her dad.
Yeah.
Like her dad's real chill. We don't really talk much. He like when he says something, it is what it is. Like he's very blunt, and I can appreciate that. Like you don't beat around the bush. Say what needs to be said.
So how you feel about y'all's relationship right now?
Oh, it's great.
Great?
It's great, yeah, man. Like we don't do like a whole lot of like we're not the type of people to do a lot of talking. Like we'll sit in the room and watch TV or whatever. There ain't much that need to be said.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like our idea of spending time together is just kicking it. Just doing something real relaxed.
So y'all's relationship was like it built up to the point where you was like, okay, I'm ready to marry her.
Yeah, and that was
How was that conversation like when you were ready to ask him for her hand in marriage?
Yeah. So that one was different. So because my family is like, y'all know my relationship with my dad is an ever improving one.
Yeah.
Like, and me and my mom.
We'll circle back to that because that's important.
Yeah. So me and my relationship with my dad is like different, and so it's like they're very like in her culture they're very big on knowing the family that their child is being entrusted to when they're not around.
Okay.
And so, but they had never met my father.
Okay.
They never met my dad because when we first started dating, like, me and my dad didn't talk much. We didn't talk much. We didn't have much of a relationship, and so I never saw the importance of bringing him around.
Right.
Like, and it's like my mom is very like go with the flow. She doesn't cause much strife.
Shout out to Mama Born.
Yeah, man. So like, Funkay, she always knew my mama. She met my mom like early, and she was always nervous around my mom, and I could never understand why. Because it's like you meet my mom, it's nothing. She's
genuine,
accepting. You know what I'm saying?
love.
Like, yeah, she's always like that. So, I was like, it was important that she had a relationship with my mom, and naturally, I had to introduce her to my dad, and I was always nervous about that. Because with my dad, you never know what's coming out of his mouth next. You never know what's coming out of his mouth next.
Pops the truth.
Man, he was like, and he don't really. Sometimes he don't really know how to talk to people.
He don't hold back.
And it's like I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't expect everybody else to react like I do. So, like, they never met. So like the whole coming up on 8 years now. We coming up 8 years this year, and they hadn't met until about a year ago. And so when I finally
parents?
our parents.
Okay.
But you're talking about your dad. Your mom has met them.
Yeah, my mom. I think
Your
think
mom
so.
met before, yeah.
I feel like my mom has met. I feel like my mom met her
but
dad.
you
before.
told me like I think a year or so ago. You told me like y'all had you were like I'm nervous about this dinner.
Yeah, because that was the dinner.
That was the dinner that everybody was gonna sit down and meet.
Exactly, and that was where we had because her father remarried, and so it's like we had to have, and it's like we were going back and forth. It's like how do we want to do this? Do we want to have
separate dinners?
The separate dinners for her dad and her mom, her dad and his wife. Like how do we want to do this? And it's like at the end of the day, we was like, you know what?
One family.
We're one family. Nothing's changed, and it's like these are all of our parents.
Yeah.
They're just like we all have different relationships, but they're still all our parents. So I was like, you know what? So we had to get off. We got.
How was that? Because like I'm looking at my situation, and that's like something that like going forward, like if Kennedy gets married in the future, that would be something that would have to, like everybody would have to sit down.
I had that at my engagement dinner because Bailey's mom had just remarried. Bailey's dad had been remarried. So
you had both there.
It's one family.
One family, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's one family. You can't try and separate them because eventually
everybody's got to be at the wedding.
Everybody got to be at the wedding, and then things in your life change. So when you have kids,
that's still.
You're not gonna say, "Oh, mom, you come this day, dad." Hey,
it don't work like that.
Come on, like this the window. Y'all come see this baby. After this window, everybody got to leave and go home. Like so, you have to incorporate everybody. It's one family at the end of the day.
Exactly, and that's like so. With that day, naturally we was nervous because we had at that point we had never really had all of us in the room at the same time in such an intimate setting.
Yeah.
So we all sitting at the dinner table, and keep in mind, she don't know. She don't know that this is about. I mean, granted, she would say she didn't know, but naturally, we're doing this because of the fact that this is what we're progressing to.
Yeah.
And like and she and I had these conversations in couples counseling about progressing towards getting married.
Shout out to counseling, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Look,
Hey, again, I tell you all the time, man. Counseling.
don't let that. Don't let what it used to feel like back like 10, 15 years ago where it make you seem like you have to have an issue or something has to be wrong to go to counsel. Like you can be perfectly fine,
And still
but
go.
you still need to go. But you just want to talk to somebody and get something off your chest.
It's a tune-up.
And you don't want it to be. You don't want something to become a problem.
Yeah.
That's the next thing.
Yeah.
So like, don't ever look at counseling as though it's a bad thing. Because I feel like when we were growing up, back when we were in high school and stuff like that, that's how counseling was viewed.
You had to be
Like
something
was wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like we had that talk. We had numerous talks about, okay, this is what we wanted. We want to get engaged. We want to get married in this time frame and stuff like that. So naturally, this was a roadblock.
Yeah.
Having to speak to her dad about it, ask for his permission, and then having our families meet. So
Was it easy?
what?
The question of, can I have your daughter's hand?
Well, the thing is, it was because in my mind, I feel like he knew it was coming any day now.
Yeah.
But naturally, he had a valid point. He was like, I don't like when you get married, I'm entrusting my daughter to your family, and I don't even know I wouldn't know those people if I saw them on the side of the street. And I was like, that's a valid point. So we planned this dinner, and her dad, I love him, but we're at the dinner table. This man brings up the fact that I went over there to ask him for his permission to marry her.
He brought that.
He said it at the dinner table in front of her. Imagine my face and imagine her face when he bring it up. I'm sitting there like,
wait.
So he done blew it.
He done blew the cover.
You did. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
He done blew the cover.
He done blew the cover.
I'm sitting here at the dinner table
Talk
like, I
about
know this
awkward.
man did not just blow this out.
So what was her?
Because everybody else at the table knew.
Yeah.
But I was like, the whole point is she's not supposed
Yeah.
to know. And I don't think
I would
that
have
he
said,
understood
just
that.
kidding.
She looked at, so the thing is, I can see her looking at me at the corner of my eyes like, I'm not finna make eye contact with
Yeah.
you. We get in the car, like after the dinner, because the dinner
And
was
now
good.
she got her nails in every
Right,
week.
you know what I'm saying?
Anticipating.
I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming.
Dog, oh my goodness. She went and told, like, we get in the car. As soon as we get in the car, she's staring a hole in the side of my head. I'm
Hey,
like,
she
She like, really?
went to her nail shop schedule
Dog.
every
Put me
Thursday.
every
Oh.
Thursday for the next 2 months because I
Dog.
don't know when it's going
But
down.
it's coming.
I couldn't believe it, man. But in the end, it still worked out. It blew the cover for that day, but when the day it happened, she was still surprised.
Yeah.
So
But I will say this though, Rick. Like, I knew my boy was happy to get married when he called me. He was like, "Hey, what you doing today? I need you to ride with me.
Yep.
We gotta go check this ring out."
Boy,
And I went up there with him, and he was like, "Hey, it's the ring I'm getting." And I was like,
boy,
"Shit,
but you remember looking at
you married man?" Like,
boy.
and he was like, "Yeah, I've been saving for a minute."
Boy, when I tell you that hole that put in my pocket, boy,
I'm still trying to recover. I tell Bailey all the time, like I'm still down.
I ain't
Bro,
back.
yeah.
I ain't
I'm
up
still
yet.
down.
I ain't
I'm
up
still
yet.
down.
So, you listen to the podcast. We really try to talk to the fellas out there and give them advice and whatnot. So, from your own perspective, what was how can I say it? When did you feel in your heart it was time? When you was like, you know what, I'm ready to ask her for her hand in marriage. Like, what was your cue? Like, this is my wife. This is my forever woman.
Well, the thing is, see, we had been dating for the longest, and we had talked, and so like, naturally, we talk all the time, and it's like, so we had a plan in place. We knew, like, I was in school, like I went and got my master's, and it's like we knew we wanted to get that out of the way beforehand.
Yeah.
And so it's like once we finished with that, then it's just a matter of working out when it was gonna happen.
Y'all are a very planning family. Like,
Yeah.
y'all even posted on IG that y'all Dave Ramsey got rid of debt. So like, y'all are planning type. So
Yeah.
I knew this was a plan, but I know you also you don't want to reveal to her, "Hey, I'm about to marry you on this." You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. She's very, because like she's weird. Like she likes surprises, but she also like to be in control of absolutely
Right.
everything. And I'm like, so it's like finding that medium ain't always the easiest thing. But it's like going through it was like, I realized how you can just tell, like the way you're like, I've always like one of my old coworkers back in the day, like this is back when I was probably back when I was working at Radio Shack. What was I? We was like
08.
Yeah,
Radio
bro,
Shack.
like he was
Rick worked at the Shack on OST.
man.
He can seen everything,
Yeah, bro.
everything, man. I'll be bored in the towers, and I'll be like, I'm gonna go kick it with Rick at work,
Man.
and I can. So
You
yeah,
done seen some things.
we
Up
can see
there,
some
but
things.
it's like up there. It's like, and this was like, so one of my old heads up there was probably like 35 at the time, and he was just talking like. And he was talking because he had been married for a while. He was just talking like, you know how old heads get when they get in their bag. So and he started talking, and it's just like watching how a woman takes care of you without you saying anything. It's like she notices things that you need or that things that need to be done without you even saying something.
Preach.
And it's like those, and it's like naturally, it's one thing to ask for something. It's like you go to something and you ask for it to be done. But when she come up to you and say, hey, I noticed you needed XYZ, so I went ahead and took care of that. And it's like, and the one thing I always say about her that I appreciate is I feel like sometimes she cares about me more than I care about myself.
But that's a great attribute to have, because you know what I'm saying? Like when you got a woman that'll shoot you a text and be like, hey, I scheduled your doctor's appointment.
Bro, like
I ain't even think
I wasn't even thinking about, you wouldn't even think about nothing like that. But it's like that putting that making you such a priority, like that is where it's just like, you know what? It's like that's when you realize she does things that you didn't even realize you needed.
So that's when you knew.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's just over time. It's just like over time, like those moments just kept building up and building up. And I'm like, you know what? It's
That's
like
it.
this is it.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what? Let's
I'm
make
going.
it happen. And we went and you saw what we did that day. You saw how we made it a whole production, and then we made it happen. We made it a day none of us will ever forget.
Yeah.
It was like it was a lot that went into that. A lot that went into that proposal.
Boy was shooting me texts like, what you think about this?
Bro,
I
we
do
had
that. Yeah.
boy. That was it was a lot.
I will say, like on this show, we're about giving flowers, and for me being your best friend, I saw the maturity, I saw the growth, and one thing I can say is that you really love her, and the amount of time and effort that you put in for everything, it shows. So like, I'm just excited for the celebration, man.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Man.
you really love this girl. Like, you would always hit my line and be like, hey, bro, I'm thinking about doing this for her. What do you think? And I'll be sitting back like, damn, my nigga going big. Like, I gotta step my game up. Like, damn, Rick. Like, okay, you doing that? Okay, next time I do so, I gotta, think about it. Recently for her birthday, was it her birthday?
Yeah.
The whole Phoenix trip.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Rick goes and he'll shoot me a text like, what you think about this resort? Like, you think it'd be good? And I'm like, yo, my boy Rick really be researching. I gotta get. So like, when you see me do something, 9 times out of 10, my boy done did something. I gotta step my game up. So it's like, Rick, you gotta get your, and like fellas out there, like if you got a best friend that's like on his shit and he makes you better, like that's what you need, bro. Like you need that. Like you need somebody that's on you. Like we stay on top of each other, and sometimes like as humans, like we don't
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Pause. Jesus. But you need friends that like make you better. So it's like,
and don't take it offensively.
Yeah, it's not offensive. Like if
it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge.
I'm trying to up you or trying to do better. It's just like, yo, like
if you genuinely
he's
friends,
making me better.
If you genuinely friends, he want to see you succeed the same way you want to see him succeed, and that's all it's about.
Yeah, it's no jealousy. It's nothing like that. It's like, yo, you doing that? Okay, I need to step my game up.
Yeah.
Like, if we best friends and we have this connection as best friends, like if you doing something, why would I slack? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's how it's always been.
Give your flowers, bro. You from the moment the towers to now, bro.
That's a long time coming, man.
Bro, I'm happy.
You did that. It's gonna be a nice celebration, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
Nah, we gonna have a good time. Man. I'm excited to celebrate with all y'all.
I know
man.
I know how Rick is. I know how Funk is. So I'm excited. Like I don't know what the planning looks like, but you know that Tyler Perry. What was that Tyler Perry movie?
Which one?
The married one.
Why'd I get married?
Yeah, was it Why I Get Married? When old boy was in the tub and he was like blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
I remember the end where they had the angels sitting in the sit. That's what I picture they wedding gonna look like, bro. Like I walk in, I'm like, God damn, like
Stay tuned, bro.
This what
Stay
y'all
tuned.
doing?
Like,
Like,
it's gonna be
Watch,
something
bro.
spectacular to watch.
We got something for y'all, man.
So yeah, bro. So I know we coming to the end. You can told your story, bro. So what advice do you have to any guys out there that's on the fence of like, I want to propose. Is it time? Or I might not have the finances, but I got the right, I got the right one. What do you say to them?
Well, the start is don't force that. Don't rush it. The way I see life, like that's supposed to be a forever decision.
True.
And it shouldn't be something you're on the fence about. Like for something that final, it's like
make sure
when you know.
Okay.
Like, and it's not and the thing is, that sounds cliche, but that's legitimately how it is.
True.
And so don't worry about finances and stuff. Like, granted, it does matter, but my thing is, if you're marrying who you're supposed to be marrying, what you have is what she'll appreciate and what she'll love.
True.
Like, paying a bunch of money for a ring to impress someone, to ask them to marry you, would be, and when you don't have the funds to do so,
you're putting yourself in a bind already.
Exactly, and that's not the way you want to start.
The ring shouldn't be.
No, that's just a symbol.
The symbol.
The love is what matters.
Yeah, if your ring costs more than what y'all really have, then that's the issue. Your marriage is doomed.
It's based on the wrong thing. It's based on the wrong thing. So don't go sit up there worrying about that. If you know you got the right one, you can figure out how to make it. You can figure out how to get something that she would like.
Yeah,
that works for the both of you. You can plan a wedding for what works for you. And you can do everything. And at the end of the day, it's just do what works for you. Don't worry about what nobody else has done, did.
Just plan. Just plan what works for y'all.
Because like I said, if you're marrying the right person, she'll know what y'all got going on. And she won't try to do something that will push you outside of what y'all can do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not trying to keep up with the Joneses.
No, you're not. Like, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to if you're marrying the woman that you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
for sure.
So like that's my biggest thing. Don't force it. And I always don't. And it's like if you're worried about if you think that it's not the time, don't do it.
Yeah.
Just wait. Just wait. Make sure it's
that
right.
time
My
will
thing
come.
is now, if you know that the reason why you're not doing it is just because you're out there being stupid, well then that speaks more about you, and that means you need to take that time and mature for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you need to figure out, okay, is this situation, is this what I believe it is? And is this enough to make me change my ways?
Yeah, because don't just because you got a good woman, don't rush into it because you gonna want to lose that. Because at the end of the day, you gonna lose it if you ain't ready. You know
exactly.
what I'm
saying? And then you harming two people in the process.
Yeah, you can damage her.
Yeah, you didn't damage, and that's the real tragedy in a situation like that.
And my last thing before we get up out of here, we know you as the planning god. You know what I'm saying? So as far as dudes out there that's trying to plan dates or whatnot, like what advice you give them? Because you plan, you out there looking like what advice do you have for dudes that's trying to like wow their woman? Like, I wanna do something special, whether it's in budget or
it might be out of
budget. You know what I'm saying? What advice do you give dudes when you go into it like, okay, I want to do this for baby?
Yeah, well, first thing I'm gonna tell you is Google is your friend. That's I'm gonna just be straight up honest with you. Google is your friend. But on top of that, it's naturally knowing the person you're planning for.
Okay.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't go planning an extravagant dinner for somebody who loves eating Popeyes at the crib. Like that don't really make sense, because that would be more so you're just doing something because that looks nice for everybody else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody else's girl appreciates that.
What fits you?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you might think that an extravagant dinner will make your girl happy, and it might, but at the same time, going to pick up her favorite food to eat at the crib and watching something that you may not want to watch might matter 10 times more to her, because it shows that you put the thought into it, you paid attention to the type of things she likes to do, and the
so
things
you
that she
saying
appreciates.
Keep your eyes on what she's into.
Yep.
And so, okay, let me ask you this. For guys out there that's really not keen on what they woman like, have you like taken notes in your phone? Like, okay, she's into this. Let me put that.
What? Man, I be jotting stuff down all the time. Like, she'll be talking randomly or whatever, and when the conversation's over, I'll write down like that was a cue. I caught that. But like, it was something that It could just be something stupid that she mentioned in passing or whatever that I could tell, you know, you can tell when your woman is like interested in something. Like, I would hope that you can tell something that she really likes to do or something that she's mentioned more than once.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, and my thing is, my memory's terrible. So I just write stuff down and I'll come back to it. Because like,
so fellas, that iPhone or that Android, I don't really know much about Android, but I know that notes.
Yeah, use the notes.
Yeah, that's your best friend.
Bro, and playing around that. So if Shawty like Popeyes and Netflix,
man,
make that the move.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? But if she likes more extravagant stuff and you know that,
make sure you do that too.
Playing around.
You can do both.
You can do both.
You can do both, man.
Man, I appreciate it. I think you dropped a lot of gems. You gave a background about everything. And you know, I'm excited. I just want to give you a toast to you. You know, your flowers, you're one of the guys out here that's pretty much setting the standard for marriage and whatnot, and we noticed that, bro. So
yes,
we want to give you the flowers, and we want to wish you a blissful marriage, and we ready for the turn up, bro.
Man,
I appreciate y'all
with that
boys
note,
for
we're
having
gonna
me,
toast out, bro.
Yep.
Yes, sir.